Hey, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. We are live. We are live today. We're live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. So make sure you say your name or give StreamYard permission if you want to make comments. I'd love for you to make comments and talk to me. And I will try my best to respond to you and get back with you. So we are doing at live at home with Cara Lockwood every Monday night, but I was having air conditioning problems yesterday, and so I had to postpone it to Tuesday night. So normally we'll be on Monday nights at 7 o'clock. My husband and I, hi Monica, hi Peggy. We recently moved into a little cottage in downtown McKinney, and we are redoing it one room at a time with paint. And so I'm upcycling all the furniture I had. I'm not buying any new furniture just to make it go and give it a cottage feel. So the last few weeks I was working on this table here, and now it's got stuff on it because I had to take stuff out of the buffet. But I think it turned out really beautifully. And I want to tell you how I got a really durable tabletop. So I painted three coats of white, because white over stained wood is kind of hard to do. I painted 3 coats of white, and then what I did was I mixed top coat, which was, hi Cara, Cara. I mixed top coat with the white paint, right? And I painted 2 more coats. So this baby is a hi from Ra to Cara. Ra, is your name Ra? I love that. So this baby I don't think this is gonna chip or anything like that. It's very durable. So it's got top coat, it's got lots of paint on it, and I think that was a really cool way to finish it. So now we're gonna work on this buffet, and I already started it, so I've already given up what color it's going to be. But this is what it used to look like. It was like hot pinks and oranges and red, and there's this IOD transfer on it. I'm going to paint right over that. So I put a coat of shellac over the whole thing, and that's really taking out any of the texture that's here. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to paint some flowers that match my seats. So you'll have to stay tuned on that. But I'm going to get this front painted while I'm with you, and then I'm going to show you what the second coat looks like, because I've already done the sides and it is just amazing. I'm using Daydream Apothecary, and the color that I'm using is called Saltwater. It's part of Llewellyn's not tropical line, Llewellyn's, what is it? Oh gosh, why am I forgetting? Ocean, Llewellyn's, what is it, you guys? Somebody tell me, what's her line called? Why am I forgetting? Anyways, it goes on beautifully. I'm just gonna paint. So this kind of shocked me when I did the sides. I literally only needed 2 coats. Like, the sides are done. You guys, I just did a business build, and I'm going to paint right over the knobs, because these knobs are going to get a healthy dose of gold foil on them. Gold foil is the surest way to get a really bright gold. So I did a business builders workshop, and then I came here and I painted on the sides, well, on the top 1 coat, around the edges 1 coat. Look at that. It goes on so easy. And 2 coastal line. Thank you, Cindy, Abby Cindy. And that's how fast it was. It was like, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so fast. And so now that I got this started, I'm hoping that I will have this done in time for my retreat. Because my mom will be here, a whole bunch of amazing ladies will be here. How's everybody doing? What's the climate out there? What's the personal climate out there? How's everybody feeling? You see how easy that is? Like, that is some quick painting right here. How's everybody feeling about everything? I talked to my son yesterday and he was feeling frustrated because he's ready to buy a house, yet the prices are so high. And so that's what I'm talking about, the climate out there. How are y'all feeling? Chilly day in Georgia, but sunny. Hi, Lisa. Oh, I miss you already. Hi, Sabrina. How are you? Can you guys see? No, you guys can't see down there. I'll do that later. Look at how fast this is, you guys. So I'm going to bring you over a little bit more. So this is Daydream Apothecary. And it is a clay and mineral paint, an artisan paint. There's lots of really cool artists that are content creators for them. And I'm creating content at the moment just for myself and for fun. But if you stick with me, I'm going to show you. So this is the first coat. Whenever you paint in a mineral paint or a chalk paint, I knew there was something in my brush. It was scratching the paint. The first coat is always looking kind of trashy, right? And you want to paint in thin coats. It's just going to be better for you when you paint in thin coats. Is everybody? Yeah, everybody's watching through Facebook. Nobody's on YouTube right now, it looks like. So I'm live on Facebook and YouTube right now. But the last couple weeks when I did this, I created an event so more people would know about it. But I decided I didn't want to do that today. Well, I just didn't do it. So now I'm live on both channels. So one thing to do to offset the economy is to upcycle furniture, right? It's not to buy new furniture. And that's something that I don't know when the last time David and I bought new furniture. Do you know, babe? What's the last piece of furniture we bought?
The kitchen table. You just painted last week.
That was the last new piece of furniture you think we bought?
Oh, no, the couch in here.
Oh, yeah, a sofa. Well, we will always buy new sofas and beds, right?
Yeah, that's it.
We won't buy used, but other than that, yeah, the kitchen table that I painted the last couple weeks, we've had that for not 18 years, but probably 15 years. So
when we got married or not too long after.
No, we got it in Elderwood. We were at Carrollwood first. So we've had it for about 15 years. And I think he's right. Like that's the last piece of furniture that we bought new. And it's right here and I will have it forever because there is, I mean, things like that. There's really, I mean, we bought it new and that was before I was doing this. There's no reason to buy new furniture. You can refinish it or you can go on Facebook Marketplace or to garage sales or to estate sales and really, really reduce the footprint and reduce the amount of stuff that you're putting in landfills because we're all responsible, right? We are all responsible. Yeah, so this whole piece got painted in just like the sides and the top in just an hour. I started right after my business builders meeting, so that's how fast it is. I don't have Michelle on here to give us our weather forecast. Okay, so for any of you who are on here who are coming to Texas next week, say hey. Let everyone know you're going to be here. So next week, guys, on Wednesday, Monday I will do this. Monday I'll work on this probably, this piece, or at least I'll show you my progress. I'm going to paint flowers, and I'm going to attempt them to look something like is on this chair. Well, I'll bring the chair closer here. I'm going to paint flowers just where all of that iron orchid stuff was. So I'll be coming live doing this throughout the week. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. And Wednesday night is our retreat. So hi, Michelle, I was just talking about you. I was saying that we need you for our weather forecast. Wednesday night, we will be at the retreat, and we're going to come live from the retreat because we're going to do an art drop. Okay, so we have a national art drop. So everybody who's going to the retreat is going to take part in it. Weather forecast for next. Oh, I know the weather forecast for next week is perfect, just about perfect. How many women? We have 27 women attending.
How many days?
And it is 3 nights. Wait. Yeah. It's 3 nights and 3 days. Basically, it is Wednesday evening, Thursday and Friday are workshops all day long, and then Saturday morning. But we are going to be doing an art drop, and it's going to be nationwide because people who aren't attending the retreat and who are in my group are going to participate in it too. And if any of you want to participate in it, just let me know and I'll send you the little form. And all you do is you take a piece of art, you wrap it like a present, you put this little form on it that says free art and explains what you're doing, and you hide it somewhere in your community. So you can let people find it and make their day. And you're spreading love and beautifulness around the world. So we're going to do that. It's going to be nationwide. I'm going to put you up, right? Because we're going to see the top of the table. So I'm going to show you how amazing the coverage is with just 2 coats of this paint. Okay. I'm going to get some more paint in my little container. Excuse me. Disgusting manners. Okay, so we're going to work right here. I'm going to come around, I think. I'll put this here. All right, let's see. Where are you guys? There. Okay, so we're going to work right here and see how you can see it be streaky. You can see it be streaky. Sounds like weird English, right? So this is a waterfall cabinet, and I looked up furniture styles from the 1930s, which this home was built in 1935, right? And what do you think, and I've had this for a long time, what do you think was one of the main styles? It was this Art Deco waterfall cabinet. So super cool. Okay, can you see that? All right, here, watch this coverage. It is amazing. This paint covers like no other that I've used. It is beautiful. And it is self-leveling, which makes it easier to use. When a paint is self-leveling, it's easier if you're, wanting to get a basic paint job, but you can still do all the artistic things with it. It's a much, I think, good for beginners and intermediates and advanced alike. Okay, see that coverage? literally I painted over hot pink and I only need 2 coats. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, it's gorgeous. It's making me happy. Making me very happy. So I will probably do a white, after I do the flowers on this, I'm probably going to be adding a lot of white wax on this. I think it's going to be really pretty, you guys. I think. And I hope I will be finished by next week. What do you think? Hi, Maureen from Fort Myers. Thanks for coming. So if you're just popping on, I'm on Facebook and YouTube with this. This is Daydream Apothecary Paint. This is the second coat going on the top of this waterfall cabinet. You see little rivets in this cabinet. When I got it, it had just a tiny bit of water damage, and I just ignore it. It just doesn't bother me at all. Like, we have scars and we have blemishes as people, and furniture can have it too. So I'm not that person who has to like have a perfect, I like the character, I guess is what I'm saying. Maybe that's why I love this house so much, because there are lots of blemishes and scars. It's an old house. What do you guys think about old houses and all the little stuff that make it unique? I mean, as long as it's functional, I'm super good with it. I'm super okay with it. Thank you. It is a beautiful piece, and I'm super excited to work with it and do some, wow, that is just really rough. Do some fun flowers on it and make it very feminine. So it was like very, I don't know, I would not call it feminine. It was pink, but it was more sexy and bold, I think. And now it's going to be very soft and feminine, like me. That's a joke. I'm going to grab a little bit of water because this paint's been sitting out for a second. And that's the thing with chalk-based paint, chalk-based mineral paint, and what have you. If it's sitting out in the air, it'll start getting dried up. If it's not a problem, you just add a little bit of water, and then you'll see now my job's a lot easier. And as long as you don't add too much water, you're not going to ruin the coverage. But if you add too much water, you'll just thin it out a little bit. But I just wanted to finish this top with y'all. And then tomorrow, I'll finish the rest where it's wet down in the front where we just painted it. And we'll start getting the flowers on it, and hopefully we can start getting the flowers on it together. So if you haven't already followed my page, please follow it. If you haven't pressed the heart button, please do that. It just helps Facebook know that this is someone you're enjoying watching, and they will tell you that I'm back on again, okay? So please do that. I'm going to let everything else dry. And if you tune in this week to my page, I will just bought a house built in 1967. Nice. Cara, how does this paint compare to DIY coverage, etc.? Hi, Deborah. Good to see you here. It's very different than DIY. So DIY is clay-based, and it is not self-leveling, right? So DIY is really good for your lots of texture and more artistic. By the way, you guys, this is the rug that everything's sitting on. Your more texture, your more artistic stuff and all of that. DIY is a little bit difficult to get a really smooth finish, like real smooth, and maybe a perfectly even tone finish because of the clay, because so much clay, right? This one, can I show the table? Yes. This one is self-leveling. There's the table. It's got a whole bunch of stuff on it because it's got the contents of the buffet on it. This paint is self-leveling. It's very simple to use. It will still blend and do all the things, but if you really want to get a nice, just a simple modern finish, this is a great paint to use. Coverage is amazing unless you're using the neons, and that would be with any paint line. Neons don't cover because they don't have any of the titanium white base that all paints have. Most paints have a titanium white base. That's what they start with, and then they put the pigment in, and titanium white has amazing coverage. So neons don't have that. They have a clear base, or else you wouldn't get a pure neon color. So the coverage, they're very translucent, so you need to build up to the color. But the other two lines, the coastal and then the botanical, which is just being shipped to us right now as we speak, they have amazing coverage. This, I just painted 2 coats only, and it covered that hot pink. Okay, both are great paints, DIY paint, and Daydream Apothecary. They're just different. Okay, I hope that answered. Thank you. Thank you, Rhonda, for posting my link. I think that is really nice of you. Thank you, Jerry Ann, for complimenting my explanation. Thank you. What is your favorite thing to paint? What is my favorite thing to paint? Oh my gosh, anything that doesn't move, really? That's a good question. I think I really, really love painting dressers and buffets like the one that I'm painting. Hi, Nikki. I love painting. Yeah, dressers and buffets I love. My least favorite thing to paint is chairs, and I have a bunch of chairs to paint. So coming from my old house, this house I can show you. So here, I'll just take you off. Spin it around. Oh, I can't spin around when I'm on StreamYard. Well, here. These chairs right here. See all these chairs? All these chairs are going to be painted to coordinate with this table set too. So I'm going to go over all those bright colors. And then I have these chairs. And this is what the flowers that I'm going to paint. I'm going to attempt them to look a little bit like this. Okay, so these chairs are the ones that will go with the set, already go with the set. But the flowers that I'm going to paint on this buffet, I'm going to attempt them to kind of mimic these. So I won't be painting flowers in that blue, but I'll be using this color right here for these flowers. Then there's some beige in here, and there's some greens, and a little bit more gold. So this will be probably DIY paint, Queen Bee, if I can find it, and some pale pink. So really pretty. So that's what I'm going to be attempting to have the flowers to look like. I hope I can pull it off. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll see. We will see. It'll be interesting. At very least, it will be interesting. Thank you for your questions. I love getting questions. All right, Delight is making dinner for me right now. If nobody has any more questions, I will. Oh, thank you, Maureen. Well, stay tuned. I will be sharing, each step as I go. I usually will do a little bit of live for each step, and then I turn the cameras off so I can really get in there and focus. And then I will also obviously show pictures of the finished project. Peggy says, hi, Delight.
Hey, Pegs.
Pegs. He called you Pegs. All right, you guys, thank you for coming and stay tuned, okay? And I appreciate you being here. Bye, guys.